Hello P4, right, 2 pages in the workbook today, 56 and 57, and it's all about food, countable and uncountable. So let's remind ourselves what we're talking about, okay? So if the food we're looking at, you can look at it when the question is how many, and you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We say you're able to count it, it's countable, okay? But if the food is like water or milk, or like very small like coffee or sand or rice, then we say it is uncountable, not countable. And it's important because we use different words. So if the food is countable, then that means there's a singular, one. So we would use is for one, and we'd use a. Okay, so there is a pear, there is a tomato. If we can count it and say there is more than one, which is plural, then normally what we do is we put an S or ES on the word. Pen, pens. Okay, or ruler, rulers. If it's plural, we use are. So we would say there are 7 apples. There are 4 bananas. If something is uncountable, then we use is. There's no singular, there's no plural, because we can't count it. So we just use is. Okay? Now, if we're going to talk about food, we're not going to use a number, then we can use these words, some or any. Okay? So let's have a look. If yes, 1, we would use a. There is a banana. If more than 1, and we don't want to count them, we just say there are some. To say no, we say there are not any. And to make a question, we would say, are there any? But if the food thing is uncountable, then we would say, yes, there is some, or no, there isn't any, or for a question, is there any? Okay? And for the answer, if the food is countable, we would say many. Many apples, many eggs, many bananas. But for uncountable, we use much. Remember the letter U in much and the letter U in uncountable. So we would say there are many bananas, but there isn't much water, or there isn't much rice. Okay, so let's look at our 2 pages and see what we've got to do. Okay, first of all, page 56. At the top here, just identify the food. There's the cereal, here's the bread, there's the bread. Here we've got the bacon, and so on. Okay, and then here, look, for number 2, we've got the chef. The chef's name is Wally. And look what he's got in his kitchen, and we're going to use these. So, to get the right one, we must know what is countable, uncountable. Well, let's have a look. If there's an S or ES on the end of the word, it's going to be countable and plural. There. So we know for those we're going to use are, and we're going to use is for the uncountable. Okay? And then any if we say no, some if we say yes. So let's have a look, shall we? Bread is uncountable, so if we go over here, uncountable, we know we must use is. To say no, we use any, so there isn't any bread. Okay, pears. Can we see any pears? Don't see any pears, so we're going to say pears here, we're going to say no. There aren't any. Okay, water. Can we see water? Can we see any water? I don't see any water, so water is uncountable. We're going to say no. So there isn't any water. Okay, eggs. Let's take this one, eggs. There we are, we've got some eggs there. So eggs countable, yes. So we would say there are some eggs. Okay, and that's how we do that one. Okay, let's look at 57. Now 57, we're asking questions and we're going to use how and how much or how many. So again, okay, let's have a look at what we're talking about. Sausages, okay. Sausages is countable. S on the end tells you it's plural, so it's countable. So we just use many. If we go over here, look, countable, we use many. Okay, this one here. Number 2, we're looking at juice. Juice is uncountable, so uncountable, the letter U, we must use much. So it's going to be how much juice. And juice is uncountable, so we're going to use is. So how much juice is there? Okay, and here we would say there is, so we're saying yes, there is some juice. Okay, cupcakes ends in an S, so we know it's plural, so we know it's countable, so it must be how many, and it must be are, and then tell me how many there are there. Water, uncountable, okay, so we know it must be much, we know we must use is, there. Okay, so see if you can put all that together on 56 and 57. It's not easy, but use this here to help you. Is it countable or uncountable? And that will tell you how to do it.